Podcast.
Should I even bother doing an intro? Should I even bother with it? Podcast.
Audio jungle.
Podcast.
Audio jungle. Audio jungle.
I miss the days of Audio Jungle, honestly.
Yeah,
now it's all
me
like,
too.
oh,
Audio
buy a
jungle.
subscription to Epidemic Sound and you get all the music. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, for like $5. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Let me hear
Did I do an intro last episode?
jungle.
I feel like I didn't. I feel like I completely missed
you
it.
did it at the 1 hour 20 minute mark. You said, "Hey everyone, welcome to Fanboy Talk."
You know that because you did the time codes?
I did the time codes for once. I did.
For once.
And I marked it right exactly at the outro. I've been doing them more often because we do podcasts less often. Yeah, I know.
I think
Thank
the
you.
thing that was when I bullied you into realizing that you don't need to do it down to like the minute. You just have to like get like a vague 10-minute chunk every once in a while, and you're good.
Yeah, and I do them all the time instead. Yeah, it's Chuckle Sandwich's fault. They over edit the shit out of their podcast, and it makes me want to give up. But that's okay. That's all right. Yeah, podcast Audio Jungle.
But yeah, you're really going with that bit.
Audio. What are the other ones? It's the only one I know is Audio Jungle.
No, I'm just like, oh, you're still doing it. You're still
I just want to like
it's
annoy
been a
the
minute 20 seconds, and we're still doing the Audio Jungle thing.
I just want to annoy the shit out of our listeners. Audio Jungle. Yeah, I'm gonna stop now. I'm not doing it anymore. I promise. I'm never gonna do it again. I swear to God.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Just like how you said you never do Clout Mithi again, and and you literally told me yesterday. You're like, I'm thinking about bringing it back.
No. Listen, I did say that. I was thinking about bringing it back for Halloween and doing like a thing of like, oh God, he's back. Here's the thing. I can't really do it anymore. I don't know what Clout tweets are nowadays. Like, what are the Clout tweets now? What are the default templates?
I think just the algorithm got better about knowing we were fucking sick of them.
Did I just mute more of the people that make them? I think that's maybe.
You can just check out certain accounts that make those tweets.
Constantly, yeah. I know where to
constantly.
Check. Yeah. I don't tweet that much. No, I still tweet a lot.
Yeah. What the fuck? What the? Because I know. Oh wait, no, I figured out a better. Oh wait, hang on. I'm actually going to change my background as much as I love this one.
Oh no, you love Martin Freeman, the most important character in that movie. That's not a spoiler.
He really was.
Yeah.
Hang on, wait, hang on. Oh god. Oh wait, hang on. Oh shit. Oh jeez. Oh fuck. Keep talking while I find this.
Oh wait, are you gonna be Pumpkin? Is that what you're gonna do? Are you gonna be Pumpkin?
No, I would never. It's November
Thanksgiving
now.
season. You can be Pumpkin. It's Thanksgiving. Don't forget about Thanksgiving and the Pilgrims being not assholes.
Thanksgiving only exists. Thanksgiving straight up
because
only
white people
exists.
need another holiday. Yeah.
No, to get people to forget about fucking Halloween.
Is that actually no? Thanksgiving is a thing because Thanksgiving is a thing because they what the fuck? It's showing up. Oh no! Fuck!
Jesus Christ! Jesus
my
Christ.
audio is peaking.
Jesus
like,
Christ!
Oh my goodness!
Oh my God! Mithi, Mithi is an audio podcast.
I know. I don't care. I'm so mad. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. Listen. I'm gonna. This is ASMR time.
Am I gonna have to like go into the edit and be like, "Hey everybody, Mithi's just gonna go apeshit right now." And I can't do anything about it.
I'm not going to peek it. I'm just going to be very threatening.
And also to the audio listeners who don't know what I'm talking, I changed my background to Lin-Manuel Miranda being cast in the Percy Jackson
it's audio listeners who don't know.
Again, Mithi, this is an audio format primarily.
Primarily
audio.
I thought this was just a long ass video essay.
You listen to podcasts.
Listen, okay. To anyone. Shut the fuck up, Troy. To anyone who I'm sorry. To anyone who's excited for Lin-Manuel Miranda to be fucking Hermes in the Percy Jackson show, I do not associate with you anymore. This counts to people that I'm actually close to.
Can I ask a question then?
What?
Can I ask just a question? Who the fuck is excited for that?
I know someone.
I need to know. Oh, no, I don't. I refuse to believe that. I think that's
true.
Ironic.
That's true.
I refuse to believe that.
That's true. I found out and I told them, and they were like, oh my god, yay! And I was like, God fucking damn it, no.
Like,
I'm not excited for this.
We were talking about it when it came out. Like, I've been waiting this whole time for the shoe to drop on this show. Like the news has been too good. It's been like, oh, we cast some really cool kid actors. Oh, Rick's involved. Oh, it's gonna do this. It's gonna do this. And like, oh, we're really gonna follow the spirit of the books, and we're really gonna like really care about it. I've been waiting for the I've been waiting for Disney Plus to fuck it up, because Disney Plus always fucks it up some way. In some way they will. And then they do it with Lin, and I'm convinced that all the gods will be celebrities now. You're gonna get the trailer, and they're gonna do the thing where it's like name, all fucking like famous, like fucking Wendy Williams, or fucking like not actors, but like celebrities to get people to watch the Percy Jackson show, as if like Keegan-Michael Key is confirmed, like might as well be confirmed.
Oh no, he's gonna be.
And I love him. I genuinely think he's great. But like there are two Keegan-Michael Keys.
Who's Chris Pratt?
Chris Pratt's gonna be fucking Zeus. Fucking Taika Waititi is 100% gonna be in this.
Taika Waititi is going to be a character in this. Yes,
they're all gonna be playing. Happening. They're gonna be playing themselves. Like, they're not gonna be playing the characters.
No, I don't. I'm genuine, because I think it was the last podcast where I was like, fuck superheroes, Percy Jackson is my thing, and I'm ride or die for this shit. If it sucks, I'm falling off the face of the earth. This is not ruining it, but it's getting real close. It's like, oh yeah, remember, we're a product, guys. And it's like, oh,
yeah. Like, it's going to come down to who they cast. It's going to come down to who they cast for Zeus and Poseidon and like the important ones. Because like Hermes is Hermes that important? I don't remember.
No, and he's not really even in the first book. So of all of them, it's like, okay, at least he's this guy. But also, here's the thing. I think they're going to cast Ryan Reynolds as Poseidon. I don't know it, but I could see it.
Yeah,
because of the fucking Netflix movie, because he's doing Deadpool shit, so he does work with Disney. I could see it happening. I don't think it is going to happen, but I could see it.
Book Poseidon was all about like, oh, he's wearing Hawaiian shirts and he's like a dad.
He's a dad.
Like, he was kind of like quirky almost.
Poseidon. That's who should be Poseidon, is Eddie Burback. Like an Eddie Burback type, you know? But they're not going to do that.
But it's not the like Clash of the Titans, God of War type of Poseidon. That's like, oh,
whoever the fuck they.
Yeah, that was like the whole thing with Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're totally
I miss
right.
Nathan Fillion. I'm gonna no, exactly, because it would be like, oh, we love Ryan Reynolds. He's so cool, and we love him as Deadpool. Don't watch the movies, kids. And then he's gonna be in the fucking movie. I can see it happening. I could see him being at least one of the gods. I could see Poseidon being. He's at least on the list.
Maybe he'll be like Dionysus or some shit, or like a funny guy or something.
Wait, we cast
Jason.
Which I'm actually excited for that. That's a decent cast.
That's a good pick.
So, but like, I need more of those. I need more personality casts that are like that. Their personality matches with the actual god. You can get a celebrity to be a god. That's not the problem. I just want their personality to match what the gods is supposed to represent. And Jason Mantzoukas, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. Mantzoukas. He matches that. He's in Sleeping with Other People, and like that energy is something I see from a Dionysus. I don't see that from Lin-Manuel Miranda. Piragua is not Hermes. That doesn't. Mr. Piragua is not Hermes. I don't see it, and I don't know what he's gonna do in the fucking movie or the show either. What does he have to do?
And there are two things I thought of now because of like, you're right. He's not in the first book at all. If even, you know. So is the season going to be doing 3 books in one season?
No. I think the season is going to do
book?
references. It's going to be only one book. I think it's going to reference it.
Can you really stretch out Lightning Thief into 10 episodes though?
I don't know. I think you can stretch it out into 6. You can. I don't know if you can.
I think they're doing like 9. Lightning Thief is structured like a movie. Like, it's like the movie didn't do it well, but it is structured like a road trip.
It's structured like a 3-hour movie, maybe a 2.5.
Yeah, so it's like
movie.
I see them doing the 3 episodes, like doing what Andor's doing or did, because Andor just ended. Like each 3 episodes is its own movie, and like more closely adapting it and stuff. Yeah. So that's why I was interested that he was cast for this, but also he was cast. We're pretty early into the production, so the chances are very likely that he's working on something else for this. And I'd say it here first. Hermes is gonna rap. He's writing a song right now. He's in the building. He's in the recording booth doing the Hermes rap, and and that's why we've got his casting first, because we need him in the building.
I don't. What is a Hermes rap gonna be like? It's gonna be something about him being fast, and then there's gonna be an emotional beat about how
he's
he's
sad. Here to say, I got winged feet and I wear a hat.
And I'm really sad that my son's a murderer, but that's okay because that's the other thing where it's like Hermes doesn't have a lot of crazy moments, but there are huge, important emotional scenes with him visiting Luke's mom and like him talking about Luke. And he's like the guy that fucked up. He is the dad that fucked up.
Yeah.
He fucks too many women. He had way too many kids. That cabin is full of like children. Because he's the one, and people were making jokes about it, right? But he's an absent dad. He's the most absent dad of all of the absent dads. Even though, let's be honest, they're all absent dads. It's just going to be so weird that it's Lin-Manuel Miranda. That just... I don't know.
If maybe they'll make it that... because you're right, there is a lot of emotional importance to that character that I would have been forgetting. I wonder if maybe they're going to change Luke to not be Hermes then. Maybe Luke will not one of the big three or anything, but like...
That'd be so weird.
It'd be weird, especially with Rick doing it.
Yeah, and that's what Rick says because here's how you make changes, right? Robert Kirkman is how you make changes. Yep. That man looked at his old books, knew what aged well, knew what didn't, and went, this is how I'm going to streamline the story with the help of screenwriters and the help of kind of the showrunners to make it fit an 8-episode format. I want Rick Riordan to be doing the same thing, but I feel like because of what happened with the movie, they gave him a lot of power. And a lot of it has been people turning to Rick for advice, or people turning to his wife, who's also an executive producer on it, to be like, what's going on with the show? What's going on with the show? And they're very willing people. They don't interact with their audience directly, but they do a lot of call-out posts to their audience. They've been talking like a lot with the audience of the books and the people who are excited for the show, just about the show. But they've been the only source of information for it, that it's like, don't fucking... You did have to do that. He changed his background. He changed it again, and it's worse.
Wait, you're
it's
saying
so
that
much
this guy populated half of Camp Half-Blood?
He fucking meets the women at the bars, and he goes... He does the kissy fucking face.
What if all of the moms are theater kids, and that's like theater people? Like they just love Broadway, and that's how he was able to do
it. Hermes, when Luke talks shit about him and says he doesn't want everyone to have anything to do with him. It's a shame.
It's wild. It's really funny, and especially funny because Olivia was the one that told you about this. She broke the
Olivia
news.
Sent me the tweet, and I saw it, and I was having such a good day, and that it broke my heart.
I did tell her to send it to you. It is my fault.
Yeah, it's your fault. Good to know. Now I have a new source of anger. I know I set myself up for disappointment because everyone knows some shit like this was about to happen. And honestly, we are overreacting. It is not the end of the world. The show could still be good.
I think it's funny. I'm laughing at it. Who's we? Motherfucker.
I'm
like
mad.
Nintendo Wii?
I'm just mad. I'm just sad, and I'm mad, and I'm not glad. And this is a fad, and I'm gonna stop rhyming because I'm not Lin-Manuel Miranda.
You were on it with the Hermes rap.
No, god fucking damn it.
Like it is just all gonna come down to who they cast for the rest of them.
Cast movies so I can denounce my son Hermes, please. I want to denounce.
Here's an idea. What if Lin plays all the gods in different wigs, in different costumes? Who's to say? John Krasinski's gonna play one of them, isn't he?
Oh no! Don't say that too. You're right. Oh. You know what's funny? They cast Hades already. Who is it?
They did?
What is the worst pick for Hades? I don't know. But
they didn't announce it, but they've cast him.
They didn't announce it, but they cast him. They started filming with the actor already, supposedly. So I'm scared.
The worst
because
pick.
It's like the worst pick.
There's a lot of worse
James
picks.
Corden. James Corden's with the fucking cameo of the show.
That's why he had to get banned from the. That's why he had to get kicked out of the bar because he told everybody.
Because he was spawning hell on everyone. Not far from probably the real hate.
Realistically, it'll be the cast of Cats that just plays the gods.
Is it gonna be musical people? Is there like something there? Because
I don't know. I feel like
the director is the Muppets guy, so it's like maybe there's something there about him trying to make it. I feel like
there is a massive overlap in theater kids and Percy Jackson fans.
That's why the Percy Jackson musical did like relatively well.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
There's gonna be musical people in this guy. Yeah. I don't have anything against musical people.
Not like Broadway people, like movie musical people.
Yeah, like Anthony Ramos might be in it, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
I like him, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, he'd make a good Apollo. Honestly, I could see that. Right? They have to be like.
I don't remember how they did how those books like did those gods, because I remember always being like, oh, that's an interesting direction to take them, and they never felt like it to me. So I don't know. I'm not gonna fan.
He was like a surfer bro, basically, which is like kind of fun to an extent.
That's interesting.
He was a surfer. Yeah, I think he was a surfer bro who like drove a school bus around or something like that. I don't remember.
That's right. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a fun scene. But yeah, I don't know. It's like obviously the focus of the show is going to be on Percy and Annabeth and Grover, and that cast is good. So I'm just going to try not to pay attention when this motherfucker shows up on screen.
Yeah, it really feels like just Disney says, oh, shit, well, we don't think the name Percy Jackson alone can pull in an audience, and we have these kids that are basically unknowns. So we got to pull in the celebrities, and I think that's really close-minded.
You know what's funny? I was reading Rick Riordan's blog post about it, and he was saying, yeah, when I was writing the role for the show, when I was writing for Hermes, the only voice I could think of in my head was Lin-Manuel Miranda. I love you, Rick.
No, you did not, motherfucker. No, you did not. You did not know Lin-Manuel Miranda back then. That was like 2010.
No. But yeah, I don't. He is Hermes. At least he's not Poseidon. It's real funny. It's real funny. I'm just also real sad because I hung up that fucking tapestry on my wall because I'm like, yeah. And now if the show sucks, I mean, it stands alone.
It's the books, yeah.
I know it's the books, but I'm
in the same. I like. At the very least,
I don't feel your pain to happen.
Yeah. Like I feel your pain because like the Avatar show, but at the very least, like the cast of that show is great, except for the guy playing Sokka, because that guy playing Sokka pretended to be indigenous, and he's not.
Yeah,
like, that's wild. Holy fuck. But like at least the cast of that's good. So
yeah,
I think it's going to be the reverse. I don't know. They've been delaying it a bunch. I think it's going to be the reverse problems. I think the cast of the Avatar show will be really good, but like because the creators aren't involved anymore and they're doing weird shit with it, I think the story's going to be bad. But I think the Percy Jackson show, there's going to be like really cringy celebrity castings for the gods, but because Rick's part of it, the story will actually be solid. So
I'm going to wait for the Avatar show to do something real stupid, like a Sokka Toph romance or something like that, like something to just really.
Oh no, they're doing the Aang Katara Zuko love triangle for real, like not just like subtly in the background for fans to talk about. Like it's actually going to be part of the plot. Yeah, they're aging I heard they were aging people up a little bit to make it like the romances feel more.
The kid for Aang is still like a kid.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. I think they're doing Katara and Zuko as a thing now. Like it's gonna be
the main thing.
Yeah.
As you're like, I haven't watched Shadow and Bone, so I don't know if Shadow and Bone is like that. But yeah, it's Netflix. That is some shit they would do.
Yeah. We'll see. But Netflix has made good shit. So like, I don't want to discount everything because I just watched Cyberpunk. I watched Cyberpunk. I just watched
Enola Holmes too. Two very different products.
You instantly disproved my point. And that's incredibly offensive.
I didn't watch it with really anyone. I watched it alone.
Yeah.
So I don't ask me why I did.
Was it just for Henry?
Yeah.
That's fair. I did the same thing.
He's in it more. He's in
That's
it
good.
more, so I watch it for that, and it was okay.
Yeah.
I do not
I
want
liked
to
him
talk
the
about
first one.
Enola
I
Holmes
think
2.
the first one's fun, if not
First one's
like
fun.
it's a little cringy of like the Deadpool fourth wall breaking stuff with her. I don't particularly care
It's
for.
based on a real story this time. I don't know if the
Yeah.
first one was based on a real story of any kind, but
I don't
this one
know.
is based on a real story about like an early women's suffrage movement kind of
Oh,
thing
that's
that
neat.
happened in the Europe like during the plague. And it's like that
Is
part
Irene in
kind of
it?
works. What?
Is Irene in
Who?
it? Irene Adler? The Irene Adler? Or it might
Who
be
is
Irena
Irene?
Adler. I'm assuming not then,
You?
if you don't. She's kind of like the de facto girl in Sherlock Holmes stuff. Because like that was,
Oh,
yeah.
I
If
don't
she's
think
not,
so.
if you
No,
don't know her name, probably was. I was just curious.
probably.
I'm
I
a
don't
big Sherlock
remember a
Holmes
lot of the
fan.
character names.
For anyone who doesn't
I
know,
know
I quite
they.
like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, Moriarty's in it. I'll say that.
Yeah,
And
I
they do
mean,
something interesting there. But I also Watson shows up. That's a spoiler. I just fucking said that. Maybe I shouldn't
wow.
have said
Wow, you
that.
really spoiled
Sorry.
Enola Holmes too on this
Yeah,
superhero pop culture
I
podcast.
know, right? I just anyone who wanted to watch it now, sorry.
Man, you really
Uh,
broke their heart.
yeah, it's such a tacked on fucking scene too. It's so
Yeah.
stupid, but it's fine.
Well,
Okay,
now
I'm
we
gonna stop
can't.
talking
Well,
about
now
Enola
Henry
Holmes
probably
too.
can't fucking be Sherlock Holmes anymore because he's busy doing Superman shit.
Yeah, we can talk about that because we didn't talk about that much, right? Did
We
we?
did, but I think it wasn't like he didn't do his little statement when we
We
did it.
just talked
We
about
can
the
talk about
black.
it.
Yeah, we just talked about 2 words, Black Adam.
2 words.
So
League of Super Pets.
it's not 2 words, but okay. Talk about
2
Cyberpunk. I
words.
fucking
DC's League of Super Pets. Like
Cyberpunk.
yeah, Henry
Talk
Cavill
about Cyberpunk.
confirmed he's back as Superman, and like cool, I'm down with it. But the thing that makes me most excited is James Gunn is doing like is
Yeah.
like now like the head, like the de facto head of DC Studios. He's like him and some other guy name I don't remember.
Yep. And it's a good pick. And I feel like
Yeah,
I don't want James Gunn to do all the movies. I love James
no,
Gunn. I love all his movies. I need him to take a step back. I just want him to be the guy to be like, yeah, that looks good.
yeah,
Because I think he
and I
understands
think
creator-driven stuff more than a
yeah,
lot of other people. So
and I think the fact that he's worked with Marvel and knows how they do things, and he's made movies, and he's directed movies, he's produced movies, he's written movies, he's like been kind of in all the pockets of it.
yeah,
That like that excites me because it's not just going to be a producer telling people how to make stuff. It's going to be somebody that has made stuff and knows how to make stuff,
yeah,
communicating with other producers. He basically sounds like James will be the the messenger of create like director wants something, wants to ask fucking Zaslav, but James Gunn is going to be the middleman to convince Zaslav to do that. And if
yeah,
he can pull whatever fucking magic he pulled to make the Suicide Squad like the most anti-military leftist thing I've ever seen, like
yeah,
not ever seen, but in a fucking superhero movie, like fuck yeah, because that was always my concern lately. I made a tweet back during the Batgirl stuff where because there were rumors that Zaslav wanted to make a Superman movie, and I made this tweet being like, if Zaslav is involved with a Superman movie, I don't want to see it because I think that's like because Zaslav sucks and he's very
yeah,
he's a right wing Trumpy piece of shit asshole bigot transphobe guy.
yeah,
He sucks. And I got a lot of shit for that, so I had to delete it. But I think James can be the one person to keep the characters where they need to be in a moral sense. I don't
yeah.
know.
And
I'm
I think
excited for it. Like, say
I
what you will about his movies, but I think like he knows how to convince people to let him
he
do his
knows
shit.
how to work. I think he knows how to work people, which is why I think his cast tend to love him so much too.
Yeah,
Is because he knows how to like communicate with people and convey his convey what he wants to do as a film to other people. That's why he was even able to make the Suicide Squad, which in like you could say from a very distant objective perspective shares similarities with Shazam, but aside from that has like nothing to do with the rest of the tone in the DCAU. If you
yeah.
say there
I
even
mean,
is a
I would
tone in
say
the
Birds of
DCAU.
Prey, Shazam, and the Suicide
Yeah,
Squad are
that's
like the
true.
3 best of the DCU because of that.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
feel so radically different.
And even though, yes, they're more optimistic movies or more colorful movies, I guess you could say, that's
Mm-hmm.
not the only thing. It's like he wrote it differently, he directed it differently. It feels like a movie through a different studio almost, right? And I feel like I would rather have Gunn serving as like a consultant on like a lot of this stuff, where as maybe probably an executive producer on a lot of these movies, which I'm assuming that's what's going to be his role, is just to be like, all right, I see what you're saying. This is how I think I can help communicate that to the Zaslevs, to be like, hey, this is what we're doing. I wonder what that's going to be if Zaslev is such like a, because like, does Zaslev think he hired a director, or does he think he hired him as a producer? That's my like thing of like, you got this guy who's an amazing director that like has probably, I think he produced all of his movies. I want to say he's produced all of his movies.
Yeah, I mean, he's produced,
and you hire him as a producer, which those are still two different jobs. I do think he understands the production aspect of it, but I wonder from like a higher up standpoint, what do they think they've gained from, because we as an audience member see it as, okay, he knows how to direct, create it, or he knows how to like manage creativity and like preserve that in the filmmaking space. I wonder what the cynical higher ups think of that. Like, I wonder if they acknowledge it and that's why they're hiring. I don't think that's it. I feel like there are probably some people who are like, oh yeah, he's the big Marvel guy, he made the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, we're going to put him on board.
It might be.
Do they think they want him as a director? That's my cynical brain kicking in, being like, I really hope that's not why they hired him. I hope they did hire him because they found his strength in producing. But I don't know.
I think the realistic thing, because they're stupid and they're stupid higher up corporate dickheads, the realistic thing is they asked Kevin Feige and he said no, and so you got another Marvel guy, and so now you can still use that name and still garner that.
Like,
but you
got the Marvel
at the very
person.
least you hired the most talented, not the most, but one of the most talented people who worked on a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
So like,
imagine if they got Peyton Reed.
Imagine if you got fucking John Watts. You know, it'd be a totally different thing.
Yeah. I was gonna think like if they got Peyton Reed, he'd be like, what would he do? I thought that'd be fun. That'd be like a little Home Alone situation of you let the kid get full reign of the house and see what he does, and it's still. What has Peyton Reed done other than the Ant-Man movies? I have not looked into his career. I don't know.
You're slandering his name right now.
I am. I'm sorry, hates Peyton Reed. Listen,
Mithi's living the like the early 20s YouTuber life, and I'm in my mid 20s YouTuber life where I'm like past that. And it's really funny to see that you said you got a lot of things to say about Black Panther, and I'm like, I don't. What do you have to say? What is there to say?
I don't have that much to say. I was thinking about it more. I think that's why I thought I had a lot more to say. But the more I think about it, the less I also have to say about it. I watched the Ant-Man trailer again, and that's what's got me pissed off.
Oh, I still haven't seen that.
You haven't? Good. You know what? Good. Don't watch it.
Listen, here's the fucking thing about the Marvel timeline. I'm not talking the Marvel timeline, about the Marvel Twitter timeline. Is that when something Marvel comes out, it is all over Twitter. And if I'm not watching that thing, I see it everywhere, and I'm like, cool, I get the gist.
Yeah.
She-Hulk, I saw clips and fucking screenshots and the best moments of every episode. And I'm like, cool. Do I have a reason to watch it now? Maybe. No, I don't know.
For the most part.
Hawkeye, everybody fucking spoiled everything on the day it ended. And I was like, okay, cool. I get it. If I didn't have an intent to watch something already, now I don't need to, you know?
I think it was like,
that's what I like about Andor, because I started watching Andor, and Andor's just good. Andor's a good thing.
Andor?
One episode. I watched the first episode.
I only watched the first episode. I haven't gone back to it yet. I want to. But it's also, no one's really spoiled it for me. They only show me screenshots of a certain character that shows up, but I don't know who he is or anything about him. I don't think there's
anything to spoil, which I think is what's most interesting. Like, there's no Star Wars timeline to follow or big events to pull in fan servicey thing. It's just a show that relies on how quality it is, you know? Like She-Hulk, and I don't want to talk too much about She-Hulk because I haven't seen it yet, but like a big part of like the fact that they threw Daredevil in the trailers pulled a lot of people in that weren't going to watch She-Hulk already, you know? And so that's why you had a lot of people mad about She-Hulk all the time, because they were sort of like not tricked, but they were told, hey, if you like Daredevil, you should watch She-Hulk because Daredevil's in this, but he doesn't show up till episode fucking 6 or 7.
Yeah.
You know? And so like, I don't. It's
like
it's
Daredevil.
like Andor
Daredevil
doesn't.
was like
Andor
one of
doesn't
the
do
first thing
that.
they teased too. Yeah,
It was in the first trailer or second trailer or something like that. Like
yeah, I don't. I want to go back to Andor, and I think I will. I just haven't gotten the time to. But
yeah, shows are hard.
From what I hear about it, it's just a really nice, like, not calm show because it's still intense, but it feels like a properly crafted show. I guess
it feels like a good show, and it feels
talk.
like it. Honestly, it feels like a live action cyberpunk show, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Like the first episode is like.
What I heard was it really lets its actors act like for real.
Yeah.
As opposed to just delivering lines. And in a world where we got Natalie Portman's Mighty Thor, I think that should be valued because that's not that.
Yeah.
And then surprisingly, another character from those movies, I guess, shows up in Andor, and people really like him in that. So that's a whole other thing as well.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, like Andor doesn't try to trick you with like, oh, Ahsoka's going to show up, or oh, the Mandalorian's going to be in this one, so you have to watch it to see our action figures. It's like, no, it's just a good show. And like,
don't worry, we'll get that next year with Mandalorian season 3. That'll happen too.
No, we will.
I did see something about like how I saw something about how in the background of the sets they were like cameras from like that were like set design things from like probably the original Star Wars or something. And the director was like, I didn't know they had that in there. I'm here for the story. The production guys snuck something in. Good for them.
I like that so much of original Star Wars is like total fuck ups. Like there within the Star Wars like community, there's like a running joke with the ice cream machine because there's a shot in episode 5 where there's a guy just running down the halls with an ice cream machine that's very clearly an ice cream maker, and like it tries to pretend it's some alien technology.
Lego game. Yeah,
it's like really silly, but it's because it's like, oh fuck, well we don't know what to do. Like I think there's a whole TikTok account dedicated to like Star Wars props that only cost like $10 because they got them at fucking Home Depot and shit. Like the lightsabers are all just like the original lightsabers are just washers put on a fucking PVC pipe and shit.
Yeah. Are we gonna get the ice cream machine spin-off movie?
And it's gonna genuinely what they did, and this is you know the like $5,000 drink that they made.
Yeah,
I hate it. It's stupid. But
yes, I know the thing that comes in the. Is that actually? Oh,
yeah, and that's really funny. I think that's really
funny, but it's kind of
not $5,000, but it's funny. Yeah,
it's kind of sad. Of like, this started as a little joke, and now it got them at least probably.
But it's like it's cool that it's like it's clearly made by people that get the joke. You know,
that's true. That's fun.
It's like it's one of those things where it's like it's made by the fans, so we're gonna bring in characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, like the fucking big people. And I'm like, okay, cool. Show me shit that's really made by the fans. Show me something obscure that you would only get if you're part of it. You know?
Yeah.
Like show me fucking Dash Rendar. Show me like the weird things. Not the weird Dash Rendar's not weird, but I love Dash Rendar. He's so much fun.
The only abstract Star Wars thing, the only abstract Star Wars thing I know is the one guy with the dreads. I don't remember his name though.
Quinlan Voss? You think Quinlan Voss is abstract? Jesus fucking Christ. Get this fucking guy out of here. Quinlan Voss is genuinely the best fucking character in Star Wars. I adore him. The book.
I know
his book is Dark Disciple. So fucking cool. He's got the cool, like his design. He's Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa should play him in live action. He's sick. He has the fucking, you know how Cal did you play Fallen Order?
I watch cutscenes.
Jesus Christ.
Playing it.
Jesus Christ.
I run a shitty HP laptop and I played Fortnite on it for a while and I haven't even played Fortnite this season.
Right. You're making fair points.
I play Skyrim Vanilla when I get the chance. And even that I haven't been playing as of late. I will play Fallen Order at one point.
That's some Grace Randolph shit of like, oh, I saw the cutscenes.
The cutscenes, yeah, I know.
But so in that, there's some people, some Jedi can do this thing where they touch an object and they see like its history. It's like a vision of the past. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
Cal can do that, and so can Quinlan Voss, and it's always a fun little thing. Read the book.
Cal's gonna show up in one of the fucking shows somewhere, right?
I think they confirmed he would. Yeah.
But like, which one? Mandalorian? No, because he's too old then?
Genuinely, I love Cal Kestis. Kill that fucker off before episode 4. He should not be alive during the original trilogy. They got way too powerful. They have way too many fucking Jedi alive during that trilogy.
Oh, just
there's so many.
Yeah.
There should
and
just
then
be
it's like, no,
4.
you're the only one. There are no more Jedi. That's
like,
the whole thing, right?
And like, I get you don't like. He doesn't need to be the only one. But when it's like, yeah, also this guy was around, and this guy was around, and Ahsoka was kind of around. Oh, and this guy was around, and this guy.
It's not like they called the movie though. It's not like they eventually called the movie The Last Jedi. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
So,
or the Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, the only one, only him.
Well, that name is actually because that name is because it's the return of Anakin, the return of the Jedi, because he comes back from. I keep seeing those things. God forbid I enjoy a piece of content somewhere.
You're not allowed to enjoy Star Wars.
God forbid I fucking have a love for something, and you're like, no, we need to talk about She-Hulk. We need to talk about. Do you see
do you see my $1 million car? That's because I don't watch Star Wars. I never watched Star Wars.
That was Andrew fucking Tate. You're quoting Andrew Tate right now.
I know I am. That was
famous Andrew Tate lover, Mithi.
I don't.
Shaking my head.
Don't say those words together. Do you
That's
see
the title
Andrew Tate
of the
is
podcast.
Box? Here's the thing. You know about Star Wars shit. I know that Andrew Tate is going to box Jake Paul.
See,
don't ask me why I know that. Oh, you
I
did?
knew
Okay.
that too.
I saw the video where they meet each other, and then I just saw
online again. Hang on. I'm chronically online. I know what's going on.
Yeah, okay, good. I saw the video where they meet up to each other. I saw the video where they meet up, right? And then the guy stops them by putting his hands on their stomachs. And I was like, there's some...
What just happened to your mic? Whoa, you just got mega loud.
What?
I don't know. It was just me. That was weird. I don't know. Never mind. You're good. You're good. You're chilling. Don't worry about it.
Hello. I saw the guy just put their hands like very fiercely on his stomachs. I'm like, geez, man, calm down. You're just like dividing them, not slapping their fucking abs. Yeah, I know.
That's what they do. Man.
Who are you supposed to root for there? Are you supposed to root for Jake? Jake Paul's
sucks, but he's not like a serial. I mean, like, he's a piece of shit, but he's not like Andrew Tate is, at least.
Yeah,
that's better.
And
it's one of those things where it's like, I fucking hate them both, and I want them both to beat each. I want to do this. I want them to do the Rocky thing, where they both punch each other at the same time and knock each other out.
Yeah. The only reason I think you're supposed to root for Jake Paul is because, one, Andrew Tate is a worse person, and two, I guess Jake Paul's actually like, or someone said Andrew Tate's boxed before too. I don't know. I don't follow boxing enough to actually care.
They say that. They say that about every single person.
That's true.
And like Andrew Tate, like just at a deep root, his entire ideology is based on like insecurity and self-loathing. I don't think he could handle anything in a fight. He's a fucking loser.
Identity is based around being loud. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's about being loud to a minority of people. That's like, not everyone thinks this way, but he's like, no, everyone should think this way. And I'm like, okay, shut the fuck up. You.
Like, I think if anybody ever says the thing about women, you're instantly getting, if you get in a fight, you're losing you're fucking losing your head. You know?
The thing about women.
We should be one of those, we should frame ourselves as one of those podcasts, as one of those like really annoying podcasts, but like say normal things. Like the thing about women, they're pretty cool.
See, I don't get this thing about women. They're women. Crazy, right?
I don't get it. I'm so confused, dude.
That's it. I'm gonna be Mr. Joe Rogan. I love Joe Rogan. I don't love Joe Rogan. That was
Mithi just confirms he loves Joe Rogan and Andrew Tate in the same podcast in the same breath.
I need to shut up. Talk about Cyberpunk. You were going to talk about Cyberpunk.
I've watched Cyberpunk, but I honestly want to talk about God of War first because I watched. Cyberpunk's really cool. Watch Cyberpunk.
It's out, but no one's talking about it.
Sorry, I haven't played the new one. I've not played the second one. Don't you goddamn talk about it. You stay away from. You keep your mouth shut.
I don't know anything about it.
I fucking love the first game so much. I just replayed it because I can't afford the second one, and it's so fucking good. Like, holy shit. It's such a game. It's such a good game, dude. Yeah. It's, oh my fucking God. Like, holy fuck. I've never like,
my old roommate had it once, and like I played a little bit of it based on him, and it's just like, for a PS4, it's just a beautiful looking game, you know? And I understand why it won I was a big Spider-Man rooting
it
guy,
deserved
but
it over. I love Spider-Man. It deserved everything over Spider-Man. Yeah, it's Percy Jackson for adults, basically, for big boys.
Yeah. Thanks for saying that.
Yeah.
Percy Jackson is for adults.
Has they ever did they ever do Norse stuff?
In Percy Jackson, yes. Annabeth's like cousin / nephew is something to do with Norse mythology.
Interesting.
Thor's hammer goes missing, and then Thor shows up, and he's like, "You need to find my hammer again." I've never read the book. That's all I know about
it. Just the lightning thief.
Kind of just the lightning thief. People did say it's similar to the lightning thief. Yes.
I like the idea of Rick just like recycling the lightning thief with just random different artifacts.
With different. That's the Kane Chronicles is kind of that, but it's siblings, so it's I guess kind of fun. I haven't read the Apollo book. That's probably the case too. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he just keeps.
I think it's. And let's be like it's a standard MacGuffin.
And the sixth book is just going to be him finding a fucking goblet somewhere. So it's the same thing too. He's finding something. Yeah, Rick, I'm on.
We love breaking down story to the point where anything that's too similar feels boring.
Yeah, it's good.
But no, God of War is so fucking cool, and like I'm like. Because I played it back when it came out, but I was renting it, so I had to like play it quick and return it before so I couldn't really do any side stuff. I'm doing all the side stuff now, and Jesus Christ, like I've never like got like I fucking played Souls games and shit, and like I'm like cool, but like there's something about God of War combat with like the fucking Valkyries and the bosses and shit like that. I'm just like this gets my fucking blood pumping. In like a way that like I fucking adore. It's not Sifu levels or shit or anything like that, but like fucking God, I love it.
Yeah, it's
I'm really excited for this. I'm excited for the second one to go on sale because I can't afford a $70 game.
I guess it kind of took from the gameplay I've seen. It took notes from like the Arkham games in terms of its like ferocity, right? Too
I guess
I'm trying to think of other games that did that too, but like I can't think of anything other than like. When you're beating it
is very soulsy. I mean, like the controls are souls. It's like R1, R2, light and heavy. You know, you get a like it's Souls kind of redefined a lot of combat. It was like Souls combat or Arkham combat for like 90% of games for a while.
Yeah.
It really is just taking the old games now and they just put it on an over the shoulder camera, which like I think is really fun.
Yeah,
you know, it's such a fun game, dude. Like
the over the shoulder camera,
the streaming shit. I wonder if you could get the streaming shit and just like stream it or something.
I should try that because I could probably maybe run that on this machine. So,
game streaming's come a long way. I won't lie.
Yeah, I mean I used one for like work for something and like it worked fine. It's just inputs being delayed. That's the only thing. It's like when inputs are delayed.
Yeah, it's especially for a game like that, it's gonna be hard. Yeah. You just got to be on Ethernet. You got to be on a wired controller.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What else? What else happened? I do? I don't know. Twitter is so stupid now, I guess. That's the whole thing. He said something else too. He's apologizing for Twitter being slow. Honestly, go ahead. Keep tweeting, Mr. Musk. Just keep doing it. Keep he's digging a hole. Yep. And it's just going farther and farther. Actually, don't keep doing it because people are losing their jobs and like it's fucking insane. So don't do that. But like do it on your own accord, I guess.
I would really love to rewind the clock to August of 2020 when when I dared to say the phrase billionaire and I got like destroyed for it. Like obviously that video wasn't great and stuff, and like the way I phrased things, whatever. And who cares? Spider-Man opinions. But when I would when the big pushback was no, billionaires can be okay. Elon Musk is fine.
Do you know what's funny?
It's so funny to me. It's vindication feels so good.
I think there will be at least a few people in that comment section who don't like Elon Musk right now. Like there has definitely been a change since August of 2020. Because I was thinking of making a tweet, but I feel like it would have been taken too seriously. That's like, remember when Elon Musk was cool? The answer is he was never cool. It's just he tricked a lot of people into thinking he was with all the fucking press he was doing. And now
because
he
stole shit from other
press.
People. He stole ideas, and he took a company that was just about to take off and do something pretty important, with Tesla and like the electric cars and stuff. And he took it and then he said, "This is mine, and I made this, and I always made this," and tricked people. Basically, he said, "I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm a genius." And then it turned out, no, he's a fucking idiot. He's the same as everybody else. In fact, he's
which when you look at
other ones.
A lot of billionaires in general, they did the same shit.
That's how they do it. That's how they. Yeah. I think the only billionaires that have ever earned their money are like filmmakers, like Spielberg. You know, Spielberg
is he
he's $4 billion, I think, is his net worth.
Oh,
I saw people talking about it. I was like, yeah, he's the exception. Yeah, I get it, because he doesn't like. Yeah, he produces. He makes art. Artists being that wealthy because inflation. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But like to have hundreds of billions of dollars by owning a company that sells like this crazy luxury product of electric cars and then pretending to take people to Mars, in reality you're just going to blow them up, like it just all because you had the grace of your daddy's emerald mine. Like, you're a fucking loser. And he's always been a loser. He's like, just like, we should have known he was a loser back when he said that the guys that were
he tried to fool us by going on like podcasts and shit and being like, see, I went on Rogan and I smoke weed. I'm cool. I have a Twitter account. I'm cool. I don't like Trump, so I'm cool. And it's like, it's again,
turns out he loves Trump.
Turns out
it's like,
I don't understand anyone on his quote unquote side right now, because he doesn't have a side. He's being stupid. He's just being stupid. None of these decisions make sense from a business perspective. None of these decisions make sense from anything. It's just he's being stupid, and he thinks he is powerful because he has money, and it's dumb. It's backwards.
He spouts memes that are like months old. He steals memes and says, "Look, I'm the memeing billionaire. Look at me, Reddit. I'm okay." And then like cringy crypto bros who just want him to fucking suck his dick, even though they're not gay, but they suck his dick. Like they want him to love them. You know, it's just it's the obsession with like wealth that you can't achieve ethically. You know, I'm exhausted.
And I think it's also it's really
exhausted.
Funny. It's really funny because those same Reddit people who are like on his side right now, if they saw those memes back then, would have probably been like, this guy's an asshole. I hate this guy.
Yeah.
And some of them probably are like that. I don't want to summarize all of Reddit, but it's just it's so stupid, but also kind of darkly funny just how insane this man has been. Like,
it's just funny to watch him fall, you know. It's like watching it's what guy that's like, look at all my money, trip and fall and drop all his money. I'm like,
he let them sink
they got a big
in,
bag of gold, and then he falls into a manhole. I'm like, yeah, he deserved it. You know,
he said, let that sink in, and then he dropped it all, and then it fucking broke into pieces. I hate that video so much. I watched that video and I hate it more.
I'm blaming him for those comments. I'm blaming him for the people that like have the picture that's like image hidden for whatever reason. And you have to click it, and it's the most fucking annoying like literal thing. Like hey, let's be frank, and then it's just
spoiler warning.
Like I fucking hate those. I want to like fair, every time I see one, I want to explode.
I saw one with a well. You know what I did once is like I thought a couple of those were pretty funny and I saved them, but I forgot about them. And then I opened. But here's the thing: I opened those images random.
First Andrew Tate, then Joe Rogan, and now Elon Musk. Oh my God, Mithi!
It wasn't under Elon's tweets. Mithi. They were different. In my defense, they were different. The point being is, I saw something that was like kind of funny. I saved the image. I revisit the image like 1 month or 2 months later, and I don't know what it is, and all I have saved on my drive is just a picture of a cow on the moon, and I haven't deciphered it yet. It's just a picture of a fucking cow on the moon, and I don't know what it is. I saw something about a well, and I thought I figured it out, but then I forgot, but I still haven't cracked the cow on the moon thing. And so it's just, if someone knows, honestly, don't tell me. I want to figure it out for myself because it's been like 2 months and I still haven't figured it out. But yeah, I don't see, I hate him. He tweeted something that, sorry, I couldn't resist. And it's a picture of like an old, like broken resistor. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up. Twitter HQ is great. It's a hashtag game over. Shut the fuck up, man. Oh my goodness.
As a person that has been was forced for 5 years to hang out with engineers, he is the epitome of he's not even an engineer, so it makes it even worse. He is an unfunny engineer trying to be funny, but he's not even doing engineering. He's somebody that pays engineers to give him unfunny jokes.
Yeah. He wishes he could be the MATLAB memes and cursed images Twitter. He wishes he could be that page, but he's not.
He's spending $44 billion to get people to think he's funny. He's throwing away all of this.
The motherfucker overpaid by $10 billion. What a dumbass. It's
like he's trying to get it back by getting people to pay for a blue check mark, which is pointless.
That's the only reason he's doing it, right?
Yeah.
Is just because he overpaid and he has to make up that revenue?
He's trying to, exactly. Which
and that's why he's cutting people. And it's like he made such a dumb business decision, and now everyone has to pay for that decision. And it's like I think I told it to you, right? Where they were rolling out these features, and I've worked on like software teams before, where they announced that they wanted to make a feature. You make like if you're following dumb agile shit, you make a sprint, you follow the sprint. You define the epic, then you break it onto sprints, you follow it, you talk to developers, you talk to business, you talk to quality assurance, you make sure everything works out. It's probably like a month or two process to make sure like an actual software product goes from test to production to public. Imagine doing that entire process in 5 fucking hours. That's what these developers are going through right now. And they're getting shorted and they're fucking getting kicked out. It's insane that like that is like okay working conditions in any software company ever. And at the same time, he's like, oh yeah, no, we're not going to do remote work anymore. Fuck you. It's ridiculous. I don't understand. Like, it's just so stupid to me because I haven't been worked to death in software, but like I have seen people who have been like that. And it's just miserable because you don't even get like the credit for it at the end of the day. Because it's just, we made a feature and it's a business tool. But programming is hard. Software management is extremely hard. It's fucking harder than some of the other shit that I've had to do. And it's just like, I don't... And he clearly doesn't value that because he comes off as I'm smart. I know about tech. I program some shit sometimes. But it's like, you don't know what it's like.
He's the epitome of backseat gamer pretending he knows how video game development works. And it's funny to me because he's... Like, obviously, the people losing their jobs and that's just not funny and shit. But like, he is like in the working conditions, fucking bullshit. But he is like, oh, this is a problem on Twitter. The verification checkmark is creating a dichotomy between the lords and the peasants. So we're gonna get rid of it. We're gonna have people just pay for verification. And then he's finding out, oh wait, we have verification for a reason. Like it exists. It's here. There is a reason why it's here. It is like we're going
verifications.
We're going in fucking. He's like, oh, this is a problem. This is a problem. Oh, wait, it's the same. Like, it's just fucking going in circles of like, we're gonna fix this, and then we just go back to the same thing. This is a little bit more complicated, and now you have people that are paying for the, and granted, I think it's hysterical the parody verified accounts of like the companies. That's
I
the
love
best
seeing the
thing that's ever
ones
happened.
from Ben Shapiro. I saw one that was like between Ben Shapiro and Ted Cruz that I won't disclose what happens in it.
The oil company ones, the military tech ones, I love it. It's so gratifying. And if this is like the last week of Twitter, I'll be perpetually happy.
That this is how we went. Because
it's like if we would end on a high note for that. It's just funny to see a billionaire fail. Really, that's really all it is. Because I got so much shit for it.
Because I know we hate Twitter, and we do hate Twitter, but I do use Twitter, and it's like, come on.
But do you use Twitter because you like Twitter, or because you're just addicted?
No,
to
it's because I like the people. It's because I like some of the people on it, and then I like, because if I didn't know the people that I do on Twitter now, I wouldn't use Twitter. I would use something else because it's just people. It's easier to tweet shit. But it's so if Twitter actually goes by the wayside and it's just a complete fucking ghetto, like around like let's say like 2 or 3 months from now, I'm gonna be just kind of like, aw, you had something and then you ruined it. So
I don't think it's gonna go away completely because it's like it is still like the social media app right now. Like it's not it's like the last of these social apps, and I don't think if it goes bankrupt, Facebook will buy it and like do something with it. But I think it's more so a testament to like Twitter has always been like fundamentally broken in the sense of like it breeds toxicity and dunking on people with the quote tweets and like all of it's like there are fundamental issues with the platform. And Mr. Elon is like, oh, we're not going to address those. We're going to address the fact that I don't like when blue check marks say things.
Yeah.
I don't like when people make fun of me.
Twitter relies on the people on it like more than I think any other, because even on Instagram you can kind of like feed out what you don't want to see. I guess less now with like dumb reels shit, but like you can do that on Instagram. You can do that on YouTube if you know what to look for on YouTube. But like you can't do that on Twitter. On Twitter it's like you see people and you can't really choose what people you don't see. And I think that's sometimes the issue with it. But sometimes usually it's a bad thing. Yeah.
The issue and this is kind of a similar thing on TikTok of like this happened with were you following the Jake Novak stuff on TikTok at all?
No.
Jake Novak was this guy, he's still alive. He made a TikTok and he was like he makes like little songs for like theater kids and shit, and they're like kind of cringy if you're not into it, but if you're into it you think they're funny, right? He made a video. He was like, I want to be the next SNL cast member. And he did like a little rap and shit. And like, it's not my thing, but some people were into it. But a lot of people found the algorithm pushed it to everybody. A lot of people are like with duets and with stitches and stuff like that. Like everybody saw it that wasn't part of that niche of people who were interested in it. And so like, it's 10 years ago, you could be into something on the internet that was so fucking weird. But like people wouldn't really judge you for it because you were in your bubble. You were in your space of like, I'm really into Doctor Who and I'm obsessively into Doctor Who that I write fan fiction or something like that.
That's what Tumblr
everybody else in that bubble wasn't.
Right?
Yeah, and Tumblr was really good for that because it was like you're in these bubbles of like of love and fandom, and some people are more into it than others. But like there was never the sense of like an outsider coming in and being like, "What the fuck is wrong with these people?" You know, it happened, but it was rare.
Yeah.
But Twitter and TikTok, because they're algorithm based and it just feeds shit to you, you've got people that aren't in that niche looking at these niche topics being like, this is weird. This isn't for me. I don't like this. And then you get like the main character of the day on Twitter who either they did something bad or they didn't. Like, some people do, some people don't.
It just randomly gets thrown your way.
They just randomly get So like if fucking like one of my pre-write videos ended up getting 20 million views tomorrow, that would be a nightmare because they're weird fan fiction things that people watch because they're recommended to. It's recommended to them by the thing. You know, there's like an active thing, and so like Elon could have fixed that. Elon could have worked on any of that, but no, he's just like, oh, blue check marks. We're gonna make Twitter even worse.
Which someone said he wanted to make Twitter the new, like, because China has its own like social media platform that like is big there, and someone said he wanted to make Twitter the new that, but you can't. The market is gone. You're Twitter. You have your own corner. You can't make it a video platform. Stop trying to make it a fucking video platform. You can't make it be reels because they tried fleets and it didn't go fucking anywhere. I don't understand.
He really wants it to be video right now. That's the thing. He's trying really hard. And I don't
because it's easier to put ads on video, right? It's so much easier to put.
But who's gonna watch a 20-minute video on Twitter? You're scrolling for a reason.
Yeah.
It's like when you're on TikTok and you see a TikTok that's 10 minutes long, and it's like, no fucking way.
Even if it's engaging, you're skipping through it after the first like minute. At least.
There's and there's a reason when people post their YouTube videos, their 10-minute YouTube videos, they post it in 10-minute, 1 minute, like 10 1-minute chunks, because then it's like, okay, go check out part 2 after this, and then I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go check part 2. Like, and I went down a rabbit hole of that because it was like I was actively engaging in that, versus like on Twitter, it won't work. And also, like, I saw Alex was kind of debating about whether or not he wanted to post videos on Twitter. And like, I don't see a reason to. Alex, I love you, so nothing on Alex or anything. Like, I don't see a reason to post on Twitter because nobody's going to watch it. And the people that do are going to be encouraged and like benefited to just dunk on it. Yeah. You know?
And the thing
it'd be like if you saw a YouTube comment above the recommended video.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like
insane.
Remember when Twitter was only 140 characters? Because I remember when Twitter was only 140 characters, and they extended it to 260 or whatever. And I do think that's a decent 280, and I think that's a decent change. they cannot extend it more than that. I do not want them to do that, because then it just becomes like a blog post, which I know they mess around with blog posts. It just doesn't work. I think it's the same with videos. Small videos that like horizontal videos that are quick, simple memes, I think work relatively decent on Twitter.
Yeah.
But the shit
minute
that's
and a half
like
or less, yeah.
Yeah, and I think even like from an advertising perspective, that's perfect. You just it's just a minute. It's just half an hour or half a minute, and that's it. There is no such thing as a 10-minute video on Twitter that will ever do well, unless it's like, oh, remember this clip from this movie I posted on Twitter for fun.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think TLDR. I don't think Elon understands what Twitter actually even is, and he's just he's just fucking around because he was like, oh, I bought Twitter. Let that sink in.
I'm the richest man in the world. I can do whatever I want. And then now he lost 40. Like, there's a scene in Up in the Sky where Superman is like, man, $1 billion could do so much for the world. And Elon just threw away 44 of it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What a fucking dickhead. What a loser.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tired of fucking hiding. He's a piece of shit, and I will never stop saying it,
Yeah.
Like, they all are, but like him especially, because he's at least annoying about it.
Shut the fuck up and go back to making the Tesla Roadster for once, even though I'm never gonna be able to.
Shut the fuck up and tell he's not even making it. Somebody else is making it.
He's not.
He just takes the credit. He's despite the fact that he owns Tesla, he's the Thomas Edison of our fucking generation.
He shows up.
Thomas Edison stole a lot of ideas from.
I keep thinking about when the glass was thrown at the Cybertruck, and I just know someone got fired after that, and I feel so bad.
No, I know, but it's because he's a loser.
Because they shit out that prototype in like 2 seconds and just made sure it went 0 to 60 real fast, and then they're like, "Oh, the glass needed to be fucking strong." Oh, sorry. That's the energy Elon brings of like he doesn't do the I said this to someone. Elon thinks he's the new Steve Jobs. That's who he thinks he is. And he's not. And I don't even think Steve Jobs was a perfect person.
I don't think Steve Jobs was the new Steve Jobs. Yeah.
No.
I don't think any of them
are. But it's like he thinks that was cool back then, so I'm going to do that now. And it's like Steve Jobs is not great, but like he understood business fundamentals. So like when he asked something, it was because of a business fundamental. Elon Musk is just asking it because he thinks he's powerful, and you're not. You're just a dumb bitch with money. So shut the fuck up.
And like Steve Jobs at least like had the presentation right. Like Elon wants to be Steve Jobs, but he also wants to be your average everyday Redditor memer. I have Dogecoin. That's so cool. Haha, I'm gonna go on SNL and make the worst fucking episode of SNL ever.
That's pretty cringe, bro.
Like, like he wants to be Joe Rogan and Steve Jobs at the same time.
He's gonna start promoting FTX. He's gonna be an FTX ambassador. Do you know about that? Did you hear about that?
No.
The fucking, you know the shit that like Tom Brady is sponsored by, like the crazy big crypto exchange. It all crashed. It didn't. The exchange didn't crash, but like everything went to shit, like complete shit.
So happy,
and it's like
so happy.
It's so. I feel bad for people who actually put their money in like stuff, but it's also like, dude, put in. Don't. I mean, at this point,
I'll admit this. I like a long time ago, before I like really knew like anything about it or any of the damage that it did to the environment and all that stuff, I toyed with crypto investment and shit, and I lost all that money. I lost all of it. I put like $50 in there, and it's all gone. It's always just gonna be a trap.
I was very on the fence about crypto stuff, and all I did was I was like, the only way I'm gonna understand it is I have a number to actually look at. So on my PayPal, I just put $1 in Bitcoin just to see what happens, and it's at 40 cents right now. It's like, okay, that's how this shit works. And it's like
you had to just, it's straight up gambling. It's the same with any stock, basically. Like, except if the stocks were burning down the rainforest.
Which is just a great addition.
So it's just at this point, like, it's not worth it.
Episode. People are really gonna love this episode.
I am so sick of trying to pretend I'm not a fucking like. I had to spend 2 years being like, guys, I agree with all political points. Don't worry, but I'm your unbiased
is just my opinion.
Yeah, I'm sick of it. No, fuck it. I'm like, if you're watching this, you know my opinions. I don't give a fuck. I saw something. I posted the most vague shit about like, hey, just go vote. right? Because I wanted to at least like make a relative difference with my platform. And someone was like, "Oh, he's actually not being political here because he's not advocating pro any political party." I'm like, dude, if you're subscribed to me, you're not fucking gonna go vote for the people that are gonna ruin society. I don't. I got a fucking trans rights side of my background. You're not here for you know what you're here for.
Yeah. If you're so that far away, you're voting anyway for the other side. That it's like, okay.
Genuinely, the trans rights sign, aside from just being like, I'm happy to like support and like the like people have commented that it's meant a lot to them stuff. Aside, in addition to that, it's been really good at weeding out shitty people and that they see it and they dip. And so like if 1 in 4 people see the first frame and then leave, it's not great. But if the 3 out of 4 see it and are like, oh, that's pretty cool, and they watch the whole thing, and then I can get really political at the end. Then I can just say my shit. Like that, the Batman video, I was really expecting people to be like, oh, the prison industrial complex, really? Are you sure about that? But if you got that far, you're on board. And I'm like, dude, exactly. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I'm happy. Yeah,
I feel like you're having your Hassan Piker arc where it's like
I really
just like you're full like I don't give a fuck. Here we go. You're not watching up. Yeah, you can't. Yeah. You can't buy a house. No, you can't. If you buy a house, you're fucked. People keep forgetting that, but no, he's part of the bourgeoisie. We can't.
But at least he hates himself for it, so I'm cool with that.
That's true.
He seems like a cool dude. I don't know. I don't follow streamers, but he seems chill.
I follow some of his stuff. He's fun. For the most part, that's all I know.
Yeah.
He's got people keep joking that he's not actually funny and he's just a political streamer, and I think it's funny to make fun of him for not being funny because he seems insecure about that. Whereas like, guys, I'm funny, and I'm like, okay, yeah, Hassan, we got it.
Yeah.
But he could probably beat my ass, so I'm not going to talk anymore. Oh yeah, that's right. Movies.
We forgot to talk about the big MCU movie that came out.
Yeah, that's right. Good Elon rant. Fuck that piece of shit.
Thanks.
Movies. Black Panther came out. It's a movie.
Yeah.
I saw it. You saw it.
I would say it's a good movie. I liked it.
It is a good movie.
I'm happy to say I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I wasn't surprised by it. It was a good movie. There's not that much. I thought I had more to say about it, but it's like, this is a hard movie to make just in general. Yeah. Because of everything, just and the Chadwick Boseman stuff, Letitia anti-vax stuff, just it being crammed as the end of Phase 4. That's the way you market this movie, as the end of Phase 4. It's just such a big, and I think I don't remember which reviewer, but they were like, it is very hard to, like, a normal audience can go in and watch this movie and probably be fine, but also if you know the shit that happened behind the scenes, if you know the context of how the movie's made, it is very hard to dissociate this movie from the real situation that it had to kind of go through. And that
it was an impossible task to do this, you know?
Yes. And the fact that it's even done and is comprehensible and is good is a feat to behold. I think it helps and hurts the movie, where at times that is really good, knowing that has informed some of the decisions of the movie, and it's like, oh, that's why they did this. This makes a lot of sense. And sometimes it's like, oh, yeah, I know why this is the case.
Yeah,
and that's just.
And I think that's a testament to just like that's a testament to how good Coogler is.
Yeah,
like Ryan Coogler is a powerhouse of a director, because he took this thing that any fucking one else would be impossible to do, and he said, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to tell this story, and I'm going to put all my heart into this because I love this man. I love this character. And, you know, like, it really says a lot to how talented he is and how talented, like, so much of this cast is and so much of the crew is, because like, if fucking, I don't want to name names or anything, because I don't want to put anyone on, but like anyone else would it would be impossible. And it's even if I think the script is there's some rushedness to it. You can feel, because there's
two scripts. There is two scripts I can define in this movie, where one is one plot line and the other is another plot line with like a lot of changes to it.
It like, you can feel there's some script issues, but it's because it had to be rushed, because this horrendous tragedy happened that there's so many things where I'm like, I don't care. because you did you did it, dude. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
and you
And
managed to make something that by all means should have been a disaster. Not a disaster, but it's just like it shouldn't have been able to release, but you did it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's you did it in a way that speaks well. It speaks like it's cluttered, and I think it's longer than it has to be. But there is a mess. There is the clear vision. There is the clear theme. The performances. Fucking Angela Bassett. Holy shit, dude. Holy fuck.
She nails
kills
it.
Nails this fucking, like, that might be like one of the best performances I've seen in the MCU. Like,
probably
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, Phil, that's a low bar. Come on. Like,
phase 3 too.
Phase 4. Like, this is like it's still a Marvel movie to me.
Yeah.
Like, it still has the standard issues of Marvel of like the CGI is clearly rushed, and like you're trying to fit a lot in, and like all this like characters show up to be action figures, and like like the just the general issues of the genre and of this company and of this series. But it feels like the best of that while on top of this impossible task. Like, it feels like 2016 to 2018 Marvel of like where you had first Black Panther, you know, which is, I still love the first Black Panther.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like it's a great Marvel movie. It's still a Marvel movie, and I think that was the thing that like I was like at first like, oh, it's still that, you know.
Yeah.
But you did your fucking best, and it's worth commending that, and I that's kind of the most I have to say about that. Sorry, you
that makes it worth seeing. The thing with the movie is there have been movies like this that are a mess, but they don't feel sincere. This is not that. This movie feels sincere, and that's an accomplishment because there's a lot going on in this movie. You're right; it is very long, and there are times where you feel that length. You know, you
it
really
did not.
feel
I don't think it needed to be 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it could have been.
I think
you could have cut at least 15. You could have cut at least 15, maybe even a half an hour with certain character plot lines. But it's like, I feel like the fact that it at least feels sincere means that the way I see it, there was a script about the legacy of the Black Panther mantle, and there was a script about Black Panther and Namor, and those were the two scripts in this movie. And with one of the scripts, the mantle of the Black Panther script, that was new. After 2020, that is what they did as a new thing for this movie. And I think the original intent was to do this Black Panther Namor thing, but they had to change that severely and also add this stuff in. And I think that's not what specifically bloats the movie, but the stuff that comes along with meshing these two plot lines together with other characters is, I think, what makes it feel longer than it needs to be. Is the fact that they have to do these two stories at once. And it feels, there is a point in the movie that feels almost like, not an end point, but like this is the time they're going to spend to like slow down and like pinch it into a part 2 almost. But like they don't do that because it's a long movie. And so I don't know. I feel like when I first watched it and I came out of it, I was like, I really like this, but I don't love it, and I think eventually I will. I think I still agree with that. It's going to take me a while to come around to this movie. I need to watch it at home and just like actually appreciate it for what it is. And I think I will eventually do that, but right now it's just, since it's so long, it's hard for me to be like, yes, I love this movie, because I really love a lot of things it's doing, but it's so kind of segmented out to me that it's kind of like, I need to think about it longer before I say.
It's not necessarily the length is the issue. I think it's that it like because it's just the irony of saying that and then having a Batman poster behind you. Like it's like,
listen,
like,
I thought it was unique.
It's long, but I don't think the length is the problem. I think it's just it had to do a lot, and I think more so like. I think really the only issue I have, like that I think I can consider like this is kind of a negative of the movie, is because you're in the pipeline, because you had to get this out in phase 4 to be the end of phase 4 or whatever, and you had to meet a deadline or whatever.
Yeah.
The script had to be made really quick. Like they were about to start shooting when Chadwick passed away. Like they were right on the cusp of starting this. And they didn't, I don't know how comfortable they were delaying it as much as they did. I wonder if maybe a longer delay might have helped them iron out the script and iron out where the characters were going to be and stuff. And then like
Boseman passed in early 2020, like pre-pandemic.
Yeah, early to mid. I want to say.
Yes, because
No, yeah, because I was back home. Yeah,
I
I
think
want to say it
it
was like
was
June or something.
maybe it was June.
June or
It was
June,
mid
yeah,
20. I thought
something like that.
No, yeah, you're right. There were a lot of celebrity deaths like in January, and then I think his happened in June. So it's like in the middle of the pandemic. They already don't know what their shooting schedules look like, and then something like this happens, and like as a production unit,
it's just
there's
hard.
nowhere to go.
Yeah. And I just feel like if you had pulled this out of your phases and just let this be like this is the love letter to Chadwick that it clearly wants to be.
Yes.
And maybe cut some of the Namor stuff, maybe cut some of this phase 4 building up like Riri and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cut some of that to really make this be the Wakanda Forever movie that like it wants to be, and then not marketed itself as, but like let your actors and your characters like process this tragedy in a way through that movie. I think it would have stood stronger. Yes. And it's just a matter of like that's the hard thing, you know. They were forced into that.
And I think
I think the other really hard thing, the other reason that, like I think it didn't connect with me as much as many other. I still really liked it. I want to make that clear. I really like this movie, and I really like a lot what they do with it. It didn't hit me as hard as other people did. It's because of the behind the scenes stuff, and because we have a big focus on Letitia Wright, and like
she is
some of that drama behind it. She's the main character,
and
like,
it's a shame
some people aren't bothered by that. Yeah,
I was gonna say it's a shame because you can also tell she doesn't have that much screen time. And there's also shots of her that like I was paying attention to where it's like you can tell they isolated her like on set. Like you can tell that they like filmed her separately before. And it's like maybe it's just me paying attention to that being like, that's how they filmed that. But it's also just like, I don't know, she interacts with certain characters but only in like specific scenes where it's like if it was more of like her journey, I guess I'd be more on board, but it's just I can't fault the movie for this. So it's not the movie's fault.
Yeah.
It's just
it's just hard to get out of your mind. It's just like, oh shit, dude. Like it's hard.
Yeah.
Because like, and just like the whole time I was watching this and I was like, if Chadwick hadn't passed away and you still did this, you still were so against doing the vaccine and so against COVID regulations and rumor has it got people COVID on set, like you would have hurt him. You would have like, you're kind of damaging this legacy, you know? And so like it's just like it was hard for me to sort of connect with that character because of that entirely. And I, as much as I wanted to just be like, okay, this is character, I couldn't get that out of my head. And I just that's like the one thing I'm like, fuck, I can't, dude, I'm sorry.
And at times I think I could, because it's not like she's a bad performer. She honestly did
a really good job. She like I didn't expect her to performance out of it, you know, because she in the first one she was just kind of the comic relief, but she did a really solid job here.
And there's something interesting about kind of this. I feel like we don't get a lot of like brother sister like legacy relationships. It's always like passing it down to a kid or passing it down to something like that. So that's
to a stranger.
Interesting. They just they didn't explore it as much as I wanted them to because they were so focused on like
you can't
15 other plot lines, and it's
how do you tell that story without Chadwick? It's hard to, you know, because you don't want to recast, and I didn't want them to recast, but you don't want to CGI him because I don't want that because that's unethical. That would have been awful. And you don't want to do a thing where it's like his face is obscured. That would have been weird. Like there's just there's no way around it, and they did the best they could. I think I think the movie takes its time. It takes a little while to get going with it. Like just because of that limitation, it takes the whole first act to find its footing. But then once it finds its footing, it's great. Once it finds its footing, it's really enjoyable.
The Namor stuff, I mean, we haven't talked about it much. The Namor stuff was amazing.
I fucking love that dude. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh, I love that guy so much.
You can tell even like watching, I don't know how to pronounce this last name, but I know it's Tenoch. I do not know how to.
I don't know the cast. I'm sorry.
All I know is he is extremely passionate about this rendition of the character, and I'm like, yes, I like this a lot, and this is the direction they're going with Namor. I'm fine with it.
I was confused about how you say his name. I won't lie.
It's
because wait. Let's talk. Let's do a spoiler warning really quick.
Yeah, let's do spoilers because I want to talk spoilers. There's a lot of spoilers.
Yeah, we got spoilers. That's
what I want to talk about.
Yeah. I gave it a 4 or 5 because I quite liked it. But probably it's the best made movie of the MCU.
I would suggest going to theaters to see it, but the theaters are fucking packed right
theaters
now.
Are crazy. Holy
Maybe take
shit,
your time
dude.
and then go.
Yeah. Oh boy. But yeah, I still liked it. It's probably the best made thing out of Phase 4. Like whether or not it's my favorite, that's a thing. That's a debate.
I wish it was my favorite thing out of Phase 4. I think I like a couple other things more, but it is like A tier. It is like of the dumb bullshit this phase has offered us, this does stand apart. I will give it that.
Yeah, we're gonna look back at this phase and say No Way Home.
Oh yeah.
Loki, Black Panther 2, and then some people might say Doctor Strange because I like Doctor Strange, but some people won't.
Yeah.
And oh yes, right, Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi's great.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna look back at like a handful of things in like the 15 projects.
Yeah. And this was. Phase 4 was a phase about embracing diversity, and you have to give Phase 4 credit for that.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that they all also kind of feel the same sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other thing. Anyway, spoilers for Black Panther.
Yeah, spoilers for
3, 2, 1 spoilers. El Niño Sin Amor is what the name is, because it's the kid without love, and so then he shortened that to Namor. And I know that's probably not the original pronunciation.
But then everybody called him Namor.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I don't know what to do here. Yeah. I wonder if maybe they just read the script and nobody like corrected it.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume either is fine, probably.
Yeah.
Because I think some of the other, because he says no, he does always say Namor, I guess.
Yeah, he says Namor.
TLDR, Namor, whatever, however you pronounce his name. He's like I see the Killmonger similarities because I saw some tweets about that, but I think that's only natural. I think the difference here is because you feel the responsibility on him a lot more.
Yeah.
Whereas Killmonger is driven by rage and anger, right?
Yeah. And Killmonger is like almost a child. Like I love that character. His whole thing is that he's a childish, naive, like seeking revenge with justified motives, but he's like, rage is versus Namor. It's you are on his side entirely. You just don't agree with it. You don't agree. You agree with it. It's just it's the thing of like a lot of leftist villains feel like Killmonger, because Killmonger is the best way was the kind of the start of that trend of like, oh, they got great motives, but man, if they just didn't kill people, you know, and like that's just a trope in general right now that I'm not a huge fan of. But if you're gonna do it like Killmonger. Don't do it like Falcon Winter Soldier and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So like they did the character great, and I love the connections to like indigenous people and colonization and like all that stuff. It's fucking genius. And you're taking a character that like Namor fucking sucks in the comics. He's a little asshole, and he's a piece of shit that I can't stand. We love him for it. We love him for it, but he's awful. He's an awful.
I was watching the end of the movie, and I was like, I don't see this being the same Namor that.
Yeah, I don't see Namor trying to blow up. Or trying to just blowing up a random planet with like with like billions of people on it for no reason.
Yeah, and it's like.
But I'm fine with that. I don't want that, because like we already kind of have too many of the like logical superhero assholes, like I don't need more of them.
And let's be honest, Dr. Doom is going to eventually be that too.
Yeah, which I was surprised. I was told he would be in this one.
He's not. I think they planned on having them in it, and then everyone was talking about it, and they were like, "It's not good to do that in this movie," and then they cut it out. Which honestly, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'm fine with that. It's I think
it'd be weird to end with that one credit scene and then go to Dr. Doom, Fantastic Four, this guy Glup Shido.
Yeah, and it's just like we'll talk about the credit scene at the end. I still need to think about the credit scene. What other Riri Williams, Ironheart? I think the actress is doing a really good job.
Yeah, she's good.
Not in this movie.
They didn't know what to do with her. She was fun.
I think it was
they had no clue what to do with her in Act 3. Like no idea. And also, that suit design I hate. It was hideous.
I am okay with it. I know they're going to change it for the show, and I'm excited to see how they change it. I like how
is it really it just looks, it's so weird to do these parallels to Iron Man 1 with like her hammering away, and you do like it's very similar to Iron Man 1 with some of the visuals and stuff. And then you cut to her in the like
going in the when she's like almost about to crash in the water and then she flies.
Literally that's straight Iron Man 1. And it's weird to do that and then be like, and then have her show up in the like in an Endgame level CGI Iron Man suit that doesn't look that good
out of fucking nowhere. And
like and like I'm not saying like, oh, I don't know how she built the suit. It's straight up like a visual sense of like, I wish it looked better. That's really kind of it, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what I mostly was talking about with the CG artist feeling stretched in this movie. That and the fight in Wakanda was also kind of like rough looking.
The whole I didn't mind the fight in Wakanda, the one where Namor is flying around and shit.
I remember just a couple of shots looking very No Way Home of like, oh, these people are very composited.
I think it's just the lighting.
I need to see it. I need to see it again. Yeah,
the lighting was real pretty, so it distracted me from the CGI there. But it's not really pretty in the.
Otherwise, the visuals were sick. Visuals were fucking. Again, Cougar killed it here.
Yes, it's shot on something different. I don't know what, but they did something different. I don't know what it is.
It looks like not to quote Harry Styles, it looks like a movie.
It looks like a movie. I love the movies.
A movie. I
think they shot a lot more. I know films always shoot on different lenses, but they shot a lot of stuff on wide lenses. That's what I noticed. Like you can tell that you see the characters like on a beach, you see the beach curve, like that kind of shit. Where it's like that's I don't know if that's deliberate. I noticed that with another Indian movie I watched a few months ago, so I kind of saw it with this too. With like, I mean, the soundtrack is fucking still pretty killer.
Soundtrack was great. A lot of new stuff.
And I want to listen to like tracks again too, just to kind of get that in my head. But what else was there? I hated the
bridge fight's great.
The bridge fight's great.
Bridge fight was amazing. That was sick.
But the chase to the bridge fight was not as good as the first movie.
Yeah,
and I know they can't, but like also I was like expecting them to like have a cool chase scene, and they didn't.
I think
that's fine.
I always found, even in the first movie, I found the like outside of Wakanda stuff, like the spy element, to not be very interesting. That was never like my thing with that movie.
Like, I think with that movie, it's just cool to see Black Panther walking around going,
exactly. And like I think it was just a sense of like, because she wasn't Black Panther yet, I was like, okay, it's still just her, I did like, I know there was like people fucking hated the leaks of her like her proto suit. I really liked her Riri's protos, like the prototype armor.
I thought it was fun.
I thought it was cool. I wish she had. I wish it was just that one. I wish that was all it was.
Did you mention Tony? She doesn't, right?
I remember hearing something about Stark Tech. I think like her, I think Riri was like, "Is this Stark Tech or something?"
I think I think I remember the Stark Tech reference, but it wasn't like he was her mentor or something like that. Which
I'm happy
already.
About.
Let her just be inspired by the one guy who's flying around in a suit.
And I'm just like, why did we even give her a big CGI suit if Riri is then
he doesn't get to keep it.
Shuri's like, Shuri's gonna be later like, oh, you don't need this, you can't keep this.
I'm sorry, like,
why not just have her in the fucking other suit the whole time? It felt a little like I don't know.
Everyone needed fancy suits for the finale.
Which like the normal like those like the like Okoye's suit and the other girl's
is a comic suit.
Like, that's straight out of the comics. Like ripped right out. And it looked good. I think it looked like practical at least. Yeah,
it looked good. I thought it looked. I think it's just a way it like fucking Iron Man. Disintegrates out and shit.
I forgot that happened.
I was like, I don't know. It's also a little.
I just
bulky.
Like it's a fresh design, and it didn't like. Didn't look like big ugly CG thing that like it was like, oh cool, this is straight out of the comics. It's got like its own sort of like culture tied to the design and stuff. I thought it looked neat. It was more so like, did she need a suit? No, it was weird.
No.
It was doing it was doing Riri and that. I was like, really?
Yeah.
You need to do them both.
And M'Baku doesn't get a suit, motherfuckers. If you're giving everyone a suit.
M'Baku doesn't need a suit.
No,
he's the boss. I fucking love that guy. I love that guy so fucking much. Winston Duke.
I wish they gave him more to do in this movie. I don't know why they didn't give him more to do. He has a really nice conversation with Shuri, but then that's kind of it, I guess.
My two favorite characters from the first one of M'Baku and Lupita Nyong'o's character, Nakia, like barely in this movie. I am so upset. I love those two.
Nakia
and like
feels
Nakia,
so,
you got the credit scene with
forced.
her, but like, yeah, I wonder if maybe Lupita was like just upset and just couldn't film or something. I don't know the details behind that.
Fair too, because she
is totally fair. Yeah, I wouldn't expect her to.
She doesn't really film a lot of scenes with anyone else too. It's a lot of her solo scenes, so I'm assuming it's a lot of scheduling problems too with all the other movies.
Yeah, that's true. Because she was just in something, wasn't she?
Yes, I don't know what. I don't
remember. Remember when she was in Star Wars? Wasn't that wild?
Yep, and they cast
she was
her
just the weird little alien lady. That was crazy.
Yeah,
she's great. I love her. She's one of my favorite actors working right now. She's the best.
Yeah, she deserves more. But then I don't. Oh yeah, we got to talk about this. I hate Elaine. I hate Elaine so fucking much. I hate her. I don't like her at all. And you know what? I know Martin Freeman showed up because he was only a white guy in the last movie. They kind of put him in the next movie. I still kind of was okay with him being in the movie because it's like, okay, all right.
Like he serves he serves like his role. He wasn't in it as much as the first one, which is better.
Yeah.
I like the character's fine, whatever. But like he wasn't like, oh, I'm a main character now. He just kind of served the role of like being the person that gives information and connects everything to the government and stuff. But,
exactly.
Yeah, Elaine, they really want the Amanda Waller. I can tell.
I don't
like the one thing that the DCU has like nailed.
It's Amanda Waller.
They nailed Amanda Waller, and like using her as sort of like your evil Nick Fury, and they want Elaine to be that so bad. She can't.
It doesn't work. She's just playing herself, Julia. And it's so weird.
Yeah, I love Julia. Great, she's great. She's just it's every time she shows up, I'm like, oh, it's Elaine. Okay, it's right. I forgot it's the MCU.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, imagine if America had vibranium. I dream about that every night. Shut the fuck up, you bitch. I don't like her character at all.
That was aggressive. That's whoa.
I don't
really like Elaine. Holy shit.
Listen, I'm so annoyed with it. I still think about the Black Widow scene. And I get so pissed off at the Black Widow scene because I don't even like that movie.
It feels forced.
But the way she shows up is just
It feels like they're really forcing another Nick Fury because Sam's doing other shit or he's doing fucking
Secret Invasion. I guess
Secret Invasion. That's what it is. Too many secrets. But no, they don't know what to like. There, it's like like the second she showed up at the end of Black Widow, I was like, cool. That's what we're building to. Oh, we're still building to that. Oh, we're still building the Thunderbolts. Oh, we're still doing it. I'm just like, it's like with Avengers, with Phase 1, it made sense because it's like, okay, Hero 1, Hero 2, Hero 3, Hero 4, and then you go into fucking Avengers. This, it's like something unrelated. We're going to be doing Thunderbolts. Something unrelated. We're going to do Thunderbolts. And I'm just like, how does this... What is the fucking overlap here?
What if it's just they don't think Thunderbolts is going to do well at all, so they need to like get as many people as they can.
They tell people this is an MCU thing. No, I wouldn't be surprised.
Are any Wakanda characters going to be in that Thunderbolt lineup? No, right?
No, because it's all the same. It's all the same spy type people. Like except like everybody can do the same thing, except for the Ghost Lady.
Yeah, I don't understand why are they is Thunderbolts really that big of a is it just because that's the end of Phase 5 and they're building up to Phase 5?
I don't fucking know.
I
don't know and I don't care. I'm at this point where I'm just like, I will see the movie and I'll be like, cool, Marvel thing. Oh, they did this. This was cool. Like I'm at the point where like if I see a Marvel movie of a character that I don't already like, and I like Black Panther. This was a different example, but if I go see something shit that I'm wouldn't normally read a comic of, the most I'm going to take away from now on is, did they let the director direct or did they not let the director direct? You know?
Yeah.
Like I'm at the point where I don't give a shit about the time because I can look up shit. I'm not going to watch Hawkeye because I know what happens already. And I don't need to know what happens because it's just like you don't need to read every comic, but they want you to read. They want it. Yeah.
You remember Age of Ultron? There was the third trailer, I think, for Age of Ultron had the ending thing of Vision's eyes just going like, oh, and it opens, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know what the fuck that was, so I watched like a bunch of nerds.
Yeah.
But I was so like, I was like, this is going to be so cool. There's a new superhero that I watched a bunch of fucking Nerdstick videos about Vision, and I watched like a bunch of like comic. I've watched Comic Story, like I used to, just like a little bit. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry.
Good. You're
I was
fine.
a kid.
Mithi, you said far more problematic stuff today. Don't worry about it. Mithi, if you're gonna cancel today, it's not for that. You're gonna get in trouble for everything else you said. You're gonna get in trouble for your low rating of Black Panther.
I get.
No, continue. Continue.
Yeah,
you watch Comic Story.
I watched Comic Story, and I was like so excited.
That's all the bit.
That's it. That's all that I wanted to say. I wanted to out myself as a Comic Story watcher. I don't. That era is gone now, and maybe it's because we're older. Maybe it's because the movies are boring. Whatever the fact is, the movie has to grip us as a movie. Like Black Panther mostly did that. And then there were times where it wouldn't do that, and those times were Elaine. And I hate Elaine. So that's my Elaine rant.
That's a good Elaine rant. No, I don't know if we'll ever get back to the era, and I wonder if DC will be able to pull this. And I think it might, just because there's so much more freedom
with that little
like,
motherfucker.
Not just the Batman stuff, but I'm talking like they could do a trailer for something, and then you see Nightwing. It's like, oh shit, like the reveals of characters are now. We're gonna know if they're doing Miles Morales 10 years before they actually show him in a movie. Because we'll see the casting, we'll see this, we'll see all these things, and you're never gonna get that reveal of holy fuck, this is a big deal. Because they've either done all the big deals before, or they just have to, or it's gonna leak or whatever. And like Doctor Doom could have been that, which is like, I'm glad they didn't do it, but it could have been.
They're gonna Tesla Roadster Miles Morales. Oh god, that's my new phrase now.
I don't get that joke because I'm not an Elon stan like you.
I'm not an Elon. I watch Marcus Brownlee videos. That's what I've been doing lately.
I also watch. Real fans call him MKBHD. Only Will Smith calls him Marquez Brownlee.
Marquez Brownlee. If anyone wants cool car cinematography, just watch his Ioniq 5 review that came out.
He's great. I love him.
It's so cool. Point being, I don't. You're right. They're going to announce Miles Morales. He's going to show up 5 years later, and it's going to be a whole thing where he's going to do a press tour as Miles Morales before he actually plays the fucking character, because that's going to be part of it.
You're never gonna we're never going to get. We can, and maybe it'll happen in Secret Wars, but like the fact that the 3 Spider-Men showing up wasn't even a secret.
Yeah,
we all knew it, and they didn't even. And also the way that it was presented, they didn't build it right. It wasn't that big. Oh, yo, like Daredevil was more of that moment than anything.
That's right. Because he
but Toby showing up, Toby and Andrew showing up, is just like, oh yeah, I know it. Cool, yay.
Spider-Man.
Like I don't know if maybe it is just that I got older and now I'm more interested in just movies as a medium instead of movies to show characters I know. Because again, maybe just because all the characters I know are already in things, all my obscure Marvel knowledge is pretty. I don't know. I'm not a Marvel guy. I'm a DC guy. Yeah. So if I see fucking like Mogu or the Green Lantern planet in a movie, I'm gonna lose my shit because that's wild. But I don't know. It's something similar within Marvel. I'm just kind of like, oh, cool. That's just who I am. That's just what I know.
Yeah, and it's
I don't know.
It's weird because
the Glup Shido doesn't get me anymore unless if it's stuff that I know,
Yeah, that you actually or this is crazy. And Marvel's gonna keep doing that. And the more I look at the Phase 5 lineup, I'm like, yeah, that's what this is gonna be too, right?
You're gonna run out of Glup Shidos eventually.
Yeah. So
and then the Marvel Comics will create new Glup Shidos to Glup Shido in the movies 5 years from then, because that's what they said the goal is. To make comics to that the movies can adapt.
They're going to make Secret Wars, and it's going to be inspired by what a Secret War would look like today. So it's going to be inspired by TikTok. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna make
Jesus Christ. Oh
Secret
Jesus
Wars
Christ.
by TikTok.
We got really far off the Black Panther talk.
We
It's
did.
it's a good fucking movie.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I'm just drained by the whole everything, you know.
We didn't talk about the post credit scene that much. It's like, I get it. Mm-hmm. I'm not like in love with it as much as I think everyone else is.
Yeah.
Because I'm also like, maybe I'm just cynical and I'm like, oh, this is how they have their cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Is that because it does work thematically in the movie, although it feels slightly hammered in there just because it's rushing to a Shuri ending. Like, as a Shuri ending, it's like, oh, I guess she just got over it and now her nephew
and now
is
we're like,
T'Challa.
Okay, now we're gonna have a T'Challa back. Yeah. It's if you're going to do it, if you're gonna recast, that's the only way you could make it work, right?
Yeah.
Without being like gross or trying to do like, oh, the multiverse, Secret Wars recast.
Yeah, no.
So like, I think really my only qualm with it is that you did it in the same movie that I don't want to say killed off the character because that's like feels gross to say, but like you did it in the same movie where Shuri became Black Panther, and it's like all in one movie where it's like, oh, you had growth, cool, progress change, and I was like, oh, but we could still bring back a version of T'Challa if we want to, you know. And I hope, it's hard because I don't, you know, because Letitia and stuff, but like I would hope that they don't just do, Secret Wars, we go forward in time and we bring back this T'Challa Jr. and now Black Panther 3 is T'Challa Jr. now.
John Kent.
Like, I would be livid about that. I think that's ridiculous.
I do think there is something interesting to the first Black Panther movie is a story about a prince rising to be king out of kind of a tragedy, and then he learns that vengeance should consume him. And then the second movie is about a princess rising to the title of queen during a tragedy and learning that vengeance should consume her. And then, you know, the third final movie being a story about a young boy who has nothing to do with Wakanda learning to be a king and understanding that vengeance should consume him. There's something interesting there. I'm making it the same, and it sounds like it's a bad thing. I mean it as a good thing of like each of these characters is going through this arc, but like going through it in a different way. Because that's what when that line came back, when she said that to Namor at the end, where she's like, "Vengeance has consumed you; it's consumed me. I'm done letting it consume me." Because that's a line. That's the line from Civil War, and it's like probably one of my favorite lines in the entirety of the MCU, just because of one, the way Chadwick delivers it, and two, just the emotions of that exact moment. But I feel like just because of the fact that they're trying to tell two scripts, one being the loss of a Black Panther and kind of the ownership of the title, and the other one being Black Panther versus Namor and what it means to run a country. The fact that those two stories have some things to do with each other, but not everything to do with each other, makes that moment with Shuri feel a little, not forced, but like kind of like hammered in at the last minute, you know? Where it's like, oh, this is a story about vengeance. And that only really becomes the forefront of the story when Killmonger shows up. And I don't know how I feel about the Killmonger scene either.
Especially when the vengeance thing that she wants vengeance for doesn't happen till the midpoint.
Yeah.
With her mom dying and stuff, which I wasn't like that felt a little forced. That's you know.
She's not necessarily an active character.
Could I finish what I was going to say before? Because I want to clarify.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So I was talking about the credit scene. Like, I think like there is a risk of this child T'Challa feeling like that and being concerning and stuff for the future, and that's kind of what holds me back. But I think in this movie, I like what he represents in terms of like the idea, because they say, oh god, wait, am I thinking of a different movie? Fuck, I think I am. Oh shit, wait, I watched this movie a few days ago. There's a whole thing about like he's not gone, he's just, you know, is that a thing in this one? What did I watch? I think I watched something else.
I do remember that phrase in something, but I don't remember.
It feels like this, like this kid represents the idea of like T'Challa is like, he's not gone, you know, he lives on, which is what I kind of wanted. Like the thing I fucking can't stand about Rise of Skywalker, a million things I can't stand about Rise of Skywalker. It's the idea that you killed off Carrie Fisher's character, you killed off Leia just you didn't allow her to live on in this fictional universe, which is why I was initially opposed to the idea of killing off T'Challa.
Plot point.
Yeah. And it was a plot point here, and I wasn't huge on that. Granted, it was a plot point for the characters, which it was better. But like, there's a certain thing about like fiction allowing people to live on infinitely, you know?
Yeah.
Like Christopher Reeve's passing, I can still envision Christopher Reeve's Superman in a fictional alternate reality, and I'm like, cool. He's, and like it's sort of like a comfort for people, and like especially like dealing with like Kevin Conroy stuff. Like he lives on perpetually in that character, like, and I think that the kid represents that in a way that I do really like. It is just this concern of like, this is still Marvel and Disney and a corporation, and I really hope they don't use him to just make a
Black
product
Panther
again. Yeah. Because also, like, what is the problem? Like, aside from like Letitia stuff aside, what is the problem with her being Black Panther for the next 3 years? I don't see a problem with it. I don't think there should be a problem with it. But it's this obsession with, we need T'Challa back. And I don't know how I feel about that. But
and I don't know how fast
as what the kid represents, I love that.
Yeah.
That was my thing.
And I haven't read enough Black Panther comics to know about the Storm relationship as well. I know that's like sometimes a big deal. I guess that's something they do with this. But it's like, whatever they do, it needs to be, I think it will go in a different direction. It needs to stand apart from what, at least, maybe it is still with Ryan Coogler, or maybe it's not. I don't know. But I feel like
I wouldn't trust anybody else besides Ryan Coogler to touch this franchise personally.
That's fair.
But I don't know if I would want Ryan Coogler restricted to whatever MCU limitations there might be. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know. I feel better about the ending the more I think about it. But it's just that kind of initial reaction of like, oh, that's what you guys did? Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's what was going through my head for a lot of it. But yeah.
Yeah, I think like,
what else I had.
Oh fuck! I had something, I forgot it. Never mind. Yeah, if they hadn't said his name right now, I think I would have felt better about it. But it is just the fact of like, I'm T'Challa, wink, wink.
Yeah,
and I don't think it came across that way. But I think some people will take that and be like, look, we were right. They did it. They recast T'Challa. We won. And it's like, that's not what they did. That's not what this is. But I think they want to. You're right. They want to have their cake and eat it too with that, and that's what.
And this is the smartest way of doing that. So I think I'm okay with it because it's the option I didn't think about.
Yeah.
And so for that alone, I'm like, I commend you. This is a good option, but I'm also just like, don't run with it too fast. I'm afraid because it's Marvel, they're going to run with it too fast. But
if Secret Wars is just, he's from the future now and he's Black Panther, and we just bring you just instantly do that, I'm like, what the fuck was the point of this movie?
Exactly.
Like obviously like the point, but like the to throw away Shuri's character arc like that is weird. Which again is hard because which again is also really hard because I don't particularly like Letitia Wright. So like, I don't know.
I think
this movie had so much shit to do. It was hard, and I recommend it still.
I think you'll have your Wakanda spin-off shows, and you'll have these characters expand, and you'll have like a Namor series or whatever they plan on doing with that character too.
Yeah.
But I feel like they should let the Black Panther like mantle, especially with everything going with Letitia Wright, just like let it simmer for a bit. Let this movie have the cultural impact it should have. Let it kind of like
keep on.
And I was just going to say, let that simmer for a while. Give it the time that this movie didn't originally have. Because this movie feels like a movie that should have came out 3 years from now. It doesn't feel like a movie that was going to come out now, but they did it now. I guess because they had to. But it's like...
because it had to fit within the Secret Wars or whatever.
Yeah, or
which
whatever.
That's frustrating.
So... give it the time now, at least, to breathe, is my thing.
Good news, like Shang-Chi is actually an example of this. We haven't seen him for a while. The movie came out a year ago. He has not shown up since. I like the Shang-Chi movie, and I like the character and stuff. We're not going to see him for a few years. Yeah. So I think it's entirely likely it might be the same with Black Panther, with Shuri and stuff like that, right? Like we know the characters out there doing their own thing, and that's just how movies work, you know.
Yeah. That's
But
how
it's,
they
it's
used
not
to
like
fucking work. Phase 2 was like that. You see Thor in a movie and you wouldn't see him till fucking Ragnarok. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't know. I like the movie. I think it is. It's like the best made MCU movie in a long time. It's just it had impossible obstacles to cover.
Yeah. It is better than I'm giving it credit for while talking.
It, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to make clear I'm commending that. I think that's fantastic of the movie, you know. And you feel the love in every inch of it, you know.
Yep. It
except
is
except for Elaine.
Yes, it's sincere except for Elaine.
Yeah, it's very
because
sincere.
it's like because they wanted it. I think part of the reason maybe they did rush it is because they did still want to tell the story. I think, not rush like the artist or like that kind of thing, but like part of the reason I think they still stuck to this to doing a script doing this cast and not outright just canceling the movie is because I think they felt like the story deserved to be told, and they did.
And there also might be like production standpoints of like you hired people on for contracts and you already did previs of things like
true,
you know that's possible.
I'm glad it exists. I wish they took a little longer, but that's fine.
I would never be unhappy it exists.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
there are probably people that are. It's the fucking internet. But
I mean, you know,
but yeah, it's a movie. It's out and is the end of Phase 4. So
that's weird to me.
Yeah,
Phase 4 feels weird. As a whole, it's been weird. But like
Phase 4 doesn't feel like a phase. It feels like it is a phase in the sense of the word of like, oh, it's a phase.
I see it as like Phase 4 is like WandaVision to No Way Home, and then Phase 4.1 is like from what was after No Way Home? Hawkeye? Whatever.
Yes.
Shit. I feel like it's just like if you just look at the number of projects in the phase, it's really hard to like get like a cohesive idea of it, which is why like honestly I think the movies are kind of the only thing that matter
paying attention to. Remember What If those are good times.
Did you watch the Groot show? Didn't think so.
Nope.
You remember Hawkeye? Remember Falcon Winter Soldier? Remember WandaVision? Remember all these? Like WandaVision at least has like an impact. Like
because that was
so much stuff just came and went.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Marvel, good for them. I guess they're making money. They're making the bank.
Like I'm not trying to be like. I know I feel like I'm coming across as like, oh, I fucking like DC more.
You make DC videos now. You don't like DC.
I think I do like DC just because I feel like I had this kind of realization like DC just has the potential. Like DC pitches are fun for me because I could just put whatever the fuck I want in there because I'm not like the Spider-Man Final Swing video I loved making. It was really hard to justify why Daredevil is in that or why Kingpin's in that or how to fit all these other things in there. Because it's exhausting. It feels
easier to do that with the Justice League.
Justice League, I'd just be like, cool, Justice League 2, here you go. It's right there, you know? Like, because we had a 5-year gap with all the main characters, you know?
You feel the scarcity of it more. Until you want it back
I feel
more.
like, oh shit, there's like an infinite expansion of like, I can't do anything Suicide Squad related because there's like stuff there. But like a fucking Batfleck movie, you could just introduce Tim Drake in it and like it would fit. You know,
it'd be fine.
And then you could say Nightwing stuff. Like, there's just so much room for like the shit that I'm interested in versus like if I were to pitch Thunderbolts, I don't fucking know. What do I say?
It's the MCU. It's the MCU something.
It's and I am dying to see Marvel content that's not at all connected, even like loose, like not in canon wise, but I want to see Marvel shit that's not inspired at all by the MCU. I want to see Marvel shit that's like akin to like the Universal Studios type shit where it's like it's so comic booky, and I'm worried about how the MCU affects the comic books and the games and all that stuff, which is why Wolverine seems great because there's no MCU to copy itself off of. You know
what I'm basically getting for is all you have left is Morbius, basically.
Honestly, Morbius is the best movie of Phase 4, and we're including it. Morbius is canon because we got Michael Keaton.
Because I wanted to. Yep. And he goes, what does he say? You and me could do some good. Yeah.
But no, yeah, I like Black Panther 2 is really fucking good. Like, I'm not going to talk too much about it because it's like, it's not my movie to talk about.
Yeah.
I think it's like got its own script issues, but I don't care about those issues personally. Like,
yes,
it's a thing where I'm just like, you made the best fucking thing you could with the shit you were given, you know, with the shit hand you were dealt, and you did a good movie from that. And like, that's that's something, you know, I said enough. I commend that. And I think that's impressive. So yeah. And there are a lot of people that are personally connected to this because of that. And I would never want to take that away from them and shit.
Yes. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Elaine, get rid of Elaine.
Get rid of, please.
Get rid of Elaine.
Please. I know Marvel tends to like even when Gwyneth Paltrow's character died, she just like flew in the flames. Yeah. I want her to just like fucking, I don't know, like, I don't want a simple Thanos
careful,
stuff.
Careful, because remember you did say you love Andrew Tate today.
Oh God!
So be careful with how you want a female character to die.
Martin Freeman dies too. How about that? He's there
That's
too.
Fair.
He's dying as well, but he gets the heroic death because no that doesn't no.
Yeah, keep going, Mithi. Keep going here.
I just hate Elaine. I don't know how.
You realize we could just forget about her, right? You don't have to actively
that's
see
the best
the character.
Death of all. Death of ignorance. You're right. She just disappears, and no one talks about her again.
Like,
and the end credits, they're going to make a Black Widow 2, and I don't even want to watch the fucking movie. I just want the post-credit scene of Florence Pugh going back to Black Widow's gravestone, and then looking to her left, and no one's there, and she's like, "Yeah," and that's it. I think
it'd be funnier. I think it'd be way funnier if someone else goes to Elaine's grave, and then we cut and it's Florence Pugh being really annoying about it.
She's the one blowing your nose. That's justice. That's actually, you know what? I'm okay with that.
An eye for an eye, baby.
That's gonna be the Thunderbolts post-credit scene. is that? And I'd be totally fine with it. But yeah. I don't have anything else.
Thanks for I genuinely good fucking movie. It's like you killed it, you know. So,
yeah, good job.
If I don't sound like I liked it, I think I'm just tired.
No, I sound like I didn't like it as much as you. I can tell.
Well, you hated it. You thought it was unique.
I thought it was unique. Yeah.
You said it was a movie.
Did I actually say that?
You really need to be more careful with your words. Not on Letterboxd. You said it in the podcast. You just said.
Oh, I did.
That Black Panther 2 was a movie, and I'm like, Mithi. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I said that with like every Marvel thing. To be fair, I at least in this, I meant it like it was an actual movie for once.
I want to remind you. What did you give No Way Home on Letterboxd?
Don't remind me. I was a different person. That's almost a fucking year ago. Jeez.
No, I know.
That's
Tasm. Oh wait, fuck. The secret video in December will be on the anniversary of it.
You just
listen. You don't know what it is. They don't know what it is. Fuck you.
I'm not gonna say anything. I just thought that was hilarious. Good job.
All right, fuck off. All right, thanks everybody for joining us. We had Billionaire Talk and Black Panther Talk, so that was a fun time.
That was wonderful.
All right.
Thanks everyone.
See you guys around. Young Justice video coming soon.
Don't say that.